Yo, what is going on, guys? Lottery Stocks here. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome to the channel if you're new. Today we have a ton of stuff to cover with AMC, and the question lies, Lottery Stocks, is your cycle still holding up? We're going to take a look at the charts. We also have another glitch in AMC's price, as well as some things to cover with Citadel, FTDs, other stocks that are squeezing the overall market, and crypto. So watch until the end of the video so you don't have to watch another update video here on YouTube. These videos take a lot of work, and we did put in a ton of work yesterday especially. All I ask in return is to hit the like button. That is completely free, and subscribe to the channel. Let's get into it. AMC down 11.32%, trading at $4.43. Still held that 428 level. So technically nothing is invalidated yet, but we didn't get the move higher that we wanted to see. Volume was increasing on this sell-off, which is also not a good thing to see. Keep in mind, we are looking at the 4-hour time frame right here. We have parallel channels. This is the bottom support channel that is very, very weak that we wicked down to last night. And then you have the next one, which we are holding as of right now. Then you have temporary resistance at 462, this mid channel, weak resistance, top channel, weak resistance, and then a breakout higher, which would bring us above 545, which is the first level that we are watching if AMC does break higher. Now, the one thing I can say as of right now, it's not technically invalidated. AMC does like to build momentum. It comes up, it comes down, it comes up, it comes down, it comes up, comes down, comes up, comes down, comes up. It kind of does this wave formation when it builds an explosive move. And as of right now, the one thing we can say, the percentages are not the same from when we ran back in January, right? From what we were tracking. But as of right now, it is building momentum. It is starting that wave sort of motion. And the one thing I can correlate is if we take a look at Ethereum Classic overlaid over AMC's chart, Ethereum Classic is starting this point of interest to scale higher, which we saw back here, right, to scale higher before this first leg up. AMC followed about 36 days after it saw that peak. So what I can tell you is AMC may or may not start moving after Ethereum Classic gets closer to its peak, in which case would be around April 4th. Okay, Ethereum Classic would have explosive moves up into April 4th, and AMC would start to slowly move higher, which is what we would see right now. Hopefully this is the case as Ethereum Classic builds more momentum and XRP, crypto as a whole, as well as some other squeeze plays. Now, we really have to talk about GameStop. I want to cover this because GameStop's trading a little different. It's not getting that sympathy move to the downside as it normally would when AMC decides to sell off. So AMC is down almost 12%. GameStop completely flat on the day, trading at 14.23, and it is coming out of the macro trend line. Now, I don't know how close you could get with this whole macro trend line situation. The trend line could be slightly off, or it could be exact, right? But as of right now, we're basing on the top of it, which is something GameStop doesn't normally do. You're either going to see an explosive move back into this channel and put through another cycle. This move would take GameStop right under 1254 pretty fast within, I'd say, 2-3 days maybe. Or you're going to see that move higher, that run, that squeeze, that rally. Because when GameStop is testing this, this is where it decides if it's going to break the algorithm or not. Now, keep in mind, they are holding AMC and GameStop down, and that correlates with the glitch that we're seeing, and we're going to talk about that in 1 second. Real quick, I want to touch on the numbers. 12.2% short interest for AMC. As of right now, we're getting at T+2, so this isn't from yesterday, so don't expect, oh, lottery stocks, the short interest didn't even decrease. No, that is not the case. As of right now, 2 days ago, 12.2%. AMC, 4,000 calls now expiring in the money compared to 23,000 puts, so we are losing on the options chain. Gamma ramping to the downside, volume increasing on the sell-off, and then 111,000 call contracts expiring out of money, all that premium being handed over to market makers. Short exempts, 170, then 170 again. So we know that they are stacking up short exempts on it, and I wouldn't be surprised if whatever's reported tomorrow is double or triple that. Keep in mind, we have that crazy options chain for March 15th expiration. That will be interesting to say the least. As for GameStop, real quick, we are winning on the options chain, 8,000 calls compared to 1,000 puts expiring in the money, and then 47,000 calls expiring out of the money as well. Short exempts slightly high still on GameStop, still above 10,000. We went from 11 to 13 to 17 and then to 10. Now we know that they continuously need shares available to borrow against AMC to keep the price down or keep the price stagnant, and you can see that right here with the share availability increasing from 2 million to 2.1 to 2.4 to 2.6. They are rinsing and repeating like they have been doing. And then you take a look at this, right? The bid is at $4.99. The ask is at $499.99, meaning there is a $495 spread. Another glitch on AMC, or is the price trading different somewhere else? Finally, Citadel Securities just reported a fair value, or just $27.758 billion in securities sold not yet purchased for 2023. This just stacks on to what they already have sold not yet purchased. Speaking of sold not yet purchased, FTDs at the DTCC has just reached an all-time high. 2024 is off to a roaring start as Treasury settlement failures at the DTCC has eclipsed $1 trillion in just 2 short months. February 28, 2024 saw $27.58 billion in Treasury settlement failures at the DTCC, which, right? Take a look at the numbers. I mean, is there correlation here, or are we just getting too deep into theories? This brings the weekly Treasury FTD total for February 26th, 27th, and 28th to $75 billion, and the daily Treasury FTD averaged to $25 billion for 2024. Again, just to reiterate, settlement of a trade is at the point at which the seller is required to deliver the securities agreed upon in the trade, and the buyer has to deliver the funds to pay the securities. As for penalties, in quotes, collects interest at an annual rate of 3% on the settlement value of the trade, minus the target Fed funds rate in effect the day before the settlement day. But there's a catch. If the effective federal funds EFFR is greater than or equal to 3%, there is no charge for failing. And of course, it has not been less than 3% since September 21st of 2022, when it was 2.33, meaning that the firms that failed to deliver or settle Treasury securities in time to settle a trade at the DTCC will not receive a penalty fee unless that is the case, which it has not been. So the firms have not paid fees for failing to deliver Treasury securities, aka FTDs, at the DTCC for 361 consecutive trading days. Firms do not care about their FTDs at the DTCC because there is no charge. Now, we are seeing stocks quote unquote squeeze, including Beyond Meat, ticker symbol BYND, up almost 14% on the day, trading at $11.16. This comes after earnings. And then you're also seeing other tickers like Root Run, which is up almost 20% on the day. Even though AMC hasn't taken off yet, GameStop hasn't taken off yet, I still do believe it is squeeze season. Now, before we move on to some other additional important stuff, I'm going to ask you guys real quick to join the Discord. The link is right under the video. I'm in there on the daily. We talk stocks as well as crypto all day long. There are no bad questions, whether you're a beginner or advanced trader. This is the place to go, and it's a coffee a month. Come talk with me. You can see my trades in my personal portfolio, and we have options trading alerts in there and more. Overall, just the best vibes. That will be the second link under the video. The first link is the Moomoo link, where you can open an account, make a deposit, and get free stocks, as well as earn a nice percentage on your uninvested cash. So anytime you're not trading and your money's sitting, Moomoo is going to give you a percentage on that, which in my opinion is just much better than a bank account if you want to build long-term wealth. Overall, use my link, sign up, make a deposit, and they're going to give you level 2 order book data, access to trading options, going long, going short, and more as a retail trader. Both of those links are pinned in the top of comments for you. Now, the S&P 500, the overall market, 506.62, basically sideways on the day. Came back down, didn't quite base off of this trend line, but it didn't need to apparently. We want to see volume increase on the SPY, and I think it's just going to chop trade until we see a catalyst. First, we have the Bank Term Funding Program ending March 11th. That may or may not affect it. And then we have CPI, and then we have FOMC, whether they are going to raise, hold, or cut interest rates, right? Now, I don't want to spend a lot of time on this, but you may have heard Coinbase basically says that your assets are safe, yet they wouldn't let people purchase or sell their Bitcoin. And then a lot of people also saw a zero balance in their account, which is sketchy to say the least. I don't personally trust a lot of platforms, especially Robinhood, especially, I haven't really had a problem with Coinbase before this, but the fact that crypto is running and big money is being moved around, it seems as if retail is just going to get screwed so the bigger players can make a way out. Speaking of crypto, Bitcoin overtakes the Russian ruble to become the 14th largest currency in the world. So shout out for Bitcoin. If you guys are still holding Bitcoin, let me know in the comments down below, because I personally am. Ed Snowden predicts that a nation state's secret Bitcoin purchase will be revealed at some point this year. Whether that's true or not, that would be a large catalyst for Bitcoin. Bitcoin is sitting at 62, basically got rejected right around this resistance level that we were tracking, very close to 63,400. We're watching that resistance level to bring Bitcoin all the way up to about 72.5 in my opinion. Finally, SBF of FTX is reportedly offering trading and investment advice in prison and asking prison guards to invest in Solana, which is interesting to say the least. If you guys are in Solana, let me know in the comments down below. Tesla, $200 even, down 1% on the day, still trading in the channel, not much to say here. We are just waiting for Tesla to have an explosive move one way or the other, hopefully to the upside, and that is what I think is the more likely scenario, but this thing has been underperforming along with its rivals for a while now, so who knows. Now Microsoft is investigating reports that its Copilot chatbot is generating responses that users have called bizarre, disturbing, and in some cases harmful, which is sketchy to say the least, right? This is what we all expect. The robots are going to take over the human race. It's going to be, death by robots, yada, yada, yada. Speaking of AI, ticker symbol AI recently gapped up on earnings a lot. Broke above the 0.5, testing the 618 on the fib, fighting this resistance level right around $36.80. I want to bring up Fubo real quick because it has earnings. I am playing this on the trading challenge. Probably not a good idea. I am kind of revenge trading because last night, as many of you know, Mara, we got stopped out. It brought the trading challenge down quite a bit, and I'm watching Fubo. I do have a stop loss pretty low on it, around 160. I just want to see if it'll break the recent low. Then I would like to get out of Fubo, but as of right now, trading challenge is sitting at 309.89. Again, this is my personal account. This is what was funded by Frenetically themselves, so shout out to Frenetically. If you want to copy my trades with a click of a button and get the alert immediately, your broker would execute it. It's like the third link under the video. Come follow me on Frenetically. That is it, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed watching or found value out of the video. Make sure to go watch my full update video on the earnings last night, as well as the live stream where almost 500 people popped in at a time, which was absolutely nuts. I appreciate the support, guys. I love you all. Lottery Socks out.